Hey guys, welcome to tonight's video. So a little bit of a recap and then I want to talk about an idea for tomorrow. So today's trade idea, as you can see some screenshots up here, was on Microsoft. And not only was the idea on Microsoft, I said it'll take a couple of tests of this 418.10 point before a break, a clean break, and an upside. One test, two, that's a couple, and then a smashing move here, absolutely knock it out of the park. This is on today's idea. And what did that move for? That is a 233% move on this idea. That is something I just made public. Of course, I worked directly with insiders and we were emphatic. We were prepared for this trade. I reiterated, got everybody prepped. But I made this public for everybody. So as I always say, this is free. It's public. If you're just following me on X, hopefully you at least like the posts or comment. But if you don't, just do this. Help somebody else who needs a little bit of a hand, right? I have many years of experience. We're into multiple decades, aging myself now. But no one reached back and threw down the ladder for me, so to speak. I had to grind my way up. Help somebody else, right? 233% move. Hope everybody enjoyed that. And there were quite a lot of ideas that ran hard today. I was actually put this in my June outlook that I felt that we'd hit all-time record highs. I told that to insiders. We hit all-time record highs. You guys probably saw a lot of notes on TLT. I've been talking about that recently. This has been an insider trade. And just last night, and insiders are watching this video as well because they all follow me on X. I assume anyone who's an insider does, or the vast majority do. Coming into today, we had a bunch of trade ideas from insiders, not just Microsoft, but I'm not just adding these without giving everyone else ideas because Microsoft 233% move, I made that public. Meta was one of our ideas from last night, right? And Meta got the mention as an idea we like, 18 points. I also called out on NVIDIA, and I was emphatic about NVIDIA and said it's the leader. Ignore AMD. AMD will have its opportunity, but we like NVIDIA. This is a leader. We're focused on the AI space. 60-point move today. And there were a few others as well, but one that I told insiders to avoid, and again, insiders are all watching this, was I said, we liked Meta, we liked Microsoft, we like NVIDIA. Those are huge moves today. And the one that I actually said avoid, and this was part of my June outlook, so if you want to look at it, post it straight to Twitter. I said avoid Tesla. Tesla sideways. Tesla's not a name I'm interested in until at least the shareholder meeting passes. That's on June 13th. Far too important, and there's no hearsay. Like I said, insiders are watching this. But beyond that, I put up the June outlook for everyone, and it's a free video. So if you saw that, you saw me say, hey, the important date for Tesla is the 13th. I'd hold off on trading, not as interested. So all these names making mega moves on fantastic market conditions. I projected the turnover. I projected the 10-year coming down. I discussed how we'd break to record highs, see the US dollar falling. I talked about a cooling labor market, and I put these all out public as those ideas. And that's what we built our ideas. We combine the macro with technical. That's what we do within Insider Access. That's my formula for approaching the markets. I combine macro, fundamentals, and technicals. There's no zealotry like I'm on team technical. Only look at the charts. Well, if you only looked at the charts, you wouldn't have understood the macro picture that led to risk assets taking off today. It's because what? Well, bond bettors are now, we're looking at cuts coming sooner. People like that. We like a softening environment. We like a friendly environment. We saw the ADP crush down. We saw jobs crashing down, right? So when we looked at the JOLTS report, we saw that plummeting. That is the softening in the labor market. That is a tighter labor market, which is exactly what the feds want. So know it all. Don't follow anybody's sort of zealotry. I always say this. Someone who tells you that important data isn't valid is just basically admitting that they don't understand it, so they'd rather you not talk about it. If I say, technical means nothing, well, no. Technical has its value, but you can't overvalue it. It would just mean that I don't understand it and it's an insecurity. If I say macro means nothing, well, you're out of your mind. The last few years, the macro environment has been so important. Printing money, quantitative easing, quantitative tightening, we see the correlation. We know what that does. So the reason we didn't like Tesla, well, fundamentally, there could be a seismic shift, right? So I wasn't just staring at a chart. I wasn't just paying attention to the macro. I looked at the specific company and I put this in the June outlook, which is on my X/Twitter page. Say, guys, June 13th is critical. There could be a fundamental seismic shift within Tesla because if Elon Musk's pay package gets approved, that is a vote of confidence from shareholders. If it doesn't get approved, that is a vote of no confidence from the controlling stake of shareholders. That's a big deal, right? Could prompt Elon Musk to sort of reevaluate his future or his position with Tesla. It certainly would for me, or I would think any reasonable person, if the people of the company are saying they're not confident in you. So that was kind of a recap, and that's a recap on the Microsoft idea today. And for tomorrow, don't have a price point prepared. It will depend on market conditions. You often see me write, hey, if there's a viable idea, I'll put it out there. Otherwise, I don't put my name on things. I don't do like, here's a list of 5, 7, 9 stocks every day as though there's a quota. That's nonsense. And people do that. That's a hallmark of a scammer, because you take what the market gives you. If it's not there, it's not there. I mean, there's no idea to work with. Don't just put your name on something for the clicks and the likes. And I'm not very good at that, because don't have much of a personality. I'm not much of a good poster. Don't, wear fancy watches for photos or take pictures of alcohol and cars. But I do see that nonsense. If it's viable, we will retarget Microsoft. I do take interest in Microsoft. If it's not viable, then I don't put out an idea if it is not of quality and meets my name. So just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a peer into what we're doing with insiders, but also to recap on what I put out publicly for everyone. And I hope that helps. And the idea was, once we break through 418.10, we'll get that upside. And I saw a lot of you post, hey, yesterday's video breakdown of the idea was really helpful. So I'll try, as time permits and with my other duties to stakeholders, to make as many videos as I can. They only take a minute or two. So happy to do that. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Have a great night. We will talk soon.